Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. I've got another West Coast IPA, and it's by Mountain Culture Beer Co. So, out of the Blue Mountains, one of my favourite breweries, as most people know. So, 7.5%, and it's called Top Up. Pretty cool can artwork, simple but effective. I've already poured this one because of the photo. Yeah, it's definitely a modern, but just from like it's sitting near me and I can smell it. So I think it's going to have sort of the old school hop characteristics with the modern malt bill. So yeah, very clean and clear. Straw in colour. It had like a pretty big head when I poured it. It was about probably 5 minutes ago. Yeah, it looks very bright. Carbonation, probably medium. I'd say body medium as well. Maybe lower end of medium. Cheers, peeps. So we got Dan, Craig, and Stewie. Cheers, boys. So yeah, I just had a couple of beers after work, and it's really shit weather outside. It's pissing down raining. It's 9:15. It's getting a bit late, but yeah, I just wanted to do a beer review and do something decent. So let's give it a whiff. Cheers, Bob. So yeah, it's got that bready, grainy smell. It's definitely got some pine. Bit floral, resiny. I get a touch of citrus, but also a touch of tropical fruit. I reckon it's got some grapefruit and like a touch of maybe passion fruit and pineapple. Smells quite good. There's a fair bit going on in it. So yeah, definitely lighter in colour, which always worries me a bit. But yeah, some of these modern ones have been all right. I think if it's a brewery, that does good West Coast, when they start to go down the road where they're using a different malt, a lot of them still taste all right. So let's go in. Cheers. Definitely drinks fuller than it looks. It'd be more high end medium. It's got that like slight touch of like sticky toffee. So yeah, there is some caramel there, but it's fairly light. It's definitely bready. But yeah, you're getting huge pine. It's like a sharp pine. I'll look at what hops it's got in it. I definitely think it's got some one of the sea hops, I'd say. Oh no, there you go. So it's got two New Zealand hops, Nelson and Southern Cross. So Southern Cross I'm a huge fan of, and Nelson I love as well. And then yeah, it's got Citra. Yeah, it's definitely piney, which is good. Lovely aroma. That spruce tip. You'd like this one, Craig. So yeah, the more I sort of smell after looking at the hops, I do get a little touch of like lemon. But yeah, not really getting like that white grape. I mean, in a West Coast, I definitely prefer Nelson in a hazy. In a West Coast, it does work because you get that good green character from it. But yeah, just depends on what other hops it's with. Southern Cross, quite often you get that piney evergreen note. Oh, it smells so good. I'm going in again. It's one of those beers I had. I think I got 2 cans of it, but I wish I had more. I got a package today of mixed beers, so that'll be good. Bit of variety on the channel coming up. Not that's Australian and New Zealand stuff. Got some American stuff coming, but yeah, one of the beers, Craig, is a Beak collab. Future from Sydney and Beak have done a collaboration. It looks heaps like a Beak beer, just the can artwork on it. So yeah, I'll bring up some comments. Cheers, Daniel. Cheers again, dude. Cheers, Stewie. The old guessing game. How shit's the weather, bulk? It's absolutely bucketing down here. I'd say you guys are probably getting it now as well. I am well. Cheers, dude. Yeah. I thought I'd give you a little description of what I got out of it. So yeah, I listened to it twice. Once was just as I was like cooking. I had it cranking in the kitchen. And I was like, yeah, getting right into it. Because yeah, I haven't sort of listened to much of that style for a while. Um, I'm always listening to like, well, most of the time I'm listening to rock and metal, but like there's so many genres of metal. So yeah, it's such an expansive genre. But yeah, like yeah, it was quite good. And then yeah, I listened to it again when I got into bed. So yeah, I fell asleep to it. It's fun. Funny waking up though, like I don't know, like half an hour later or something, and it's still going, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? So yeah, I'm drinking a Westie, but it's yeah more of a modern like malt bill. Yeah, very clean, but yeah, very piney, which is good. Piney and citrusy, touch of tropical fruit. I haven't really got any interesting stories from my day to share. Sometimes there'll be something going on, but tomorrow will be a bit of a shit show at work. Uh, yeah, I might. I don't know. Like, I sort of feel like doing that glassware video at some stage. I just got to get around to it. I could easily pick out 5 of my favourite glasses, I reckon. I've got so many like beer glasses, breweries, bars, like generic sort of ones. Yeah, there's a couple of my favourite Aussie breweries I still need to get some of because yeah, I always like the old proper glassware when you're doing reviews. Like if it's one of your favourite breweries, anyway. Cheers, Sean. Cheers for chiming in, dude. Hang on, a few comments up above. Couple of bands you like, are they, dude? Can never go wrong with a bit of Akka. Good Australian band. I had a Deftones beer not long ago. Cool. Yeah, when it comes to that sort of stuff, like I don't know, I want like a real rad setup, but it's not worth doing when you don't own the house. So until that day, it's like, yeah, I don't go silly with doing any stuff like that. It's like home brewing. Like where I am now, I sort of feel like I don't have the right sort of space and setup for home brewing, so I just can't be bothered with it. Plus, we had like a home brewing store in the town and it shut down, so that sort of turned me off a bit as well. Because yeah, sometimes it can be a pain in the ass buying stuff online, having it sent to you. And yeah, but yeah, like I'd love to have it like a mantle with like all my sort of favorite beers over the years and glassware and stuff like that. A big glass cabinet thing would be unreal. But yeah, it looks unreal when you got like a lot of the beer tubers have like the shit sitting behind them. Yeah. Do you get your stuff from sort of a store where you can physically go in, or like I know you had supplies at your house already, but just when you've bought them in the past, is there somewhere you can actually? I just feel like with home brewing, I'd actually rather go in and pick the stuff out myself and be actually, I don't know, actually able to see the like, I don't know, particular dates on stuff or the branding or just the quality, like just by appearance. Yeah, a lot of times with online, you don't really know what you get. Yep, cool. Yep. Yeah, that's sort of similar with me. There is a like pretty decent store about it's probably about an hour and 20 minutes away. This beer's just got like a real like it leaves a real piney aftertaste. It's hitting the spot. It's definitely got that like sticky sort of toffee thing going on. Yeah, and slightly like resinous. The pine's just so like prominent. But yeah, you're getting like grapefruit, lemon. Yeah, I'm getting like passion fruit as well. I'm not getting like yeah, quite often when I have Southern Cross, like it's one of my favorite hops, I get huge lemon and lime with like pine. But yeah, I'm not really getting that sort of zingy lime in this one. Cheers, Clint. Good to see you, mate. But yeah, it's going down quite easily this one. So yeah, the percentage was 7.5. It drinks like it's sort of high sixes. Um, I'll read what it says on the back. It's got on a recent, so this is the mountain culture team. On a recent trip to San Diego to top up our brewing knowledge, we learned a new dry hopping technique, which sees the dry hops topped up in the fermenter regularly in the days right before packing. This process was developed as a way to remove any unwanted hop characteristics whilst amplifying the fruity notes we crave. We scribbled notes on coasters and brought them back for the innovation team to decipher. Based on this new West Coast IPA, they've done a pretty good job. New Zealand hops, Nelson and Southern Cross are paired with Citra to provide an intensely fruity flavour profile with floral and pine accents, balanced perfectly with the light, crispy body and minimal bitterness. Yeah, well, that's one thing I picked up with this. Like, it is really piney, but it's not as it's the bitterness is sort of moderate. It's not like it right in your face. But yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I love how a lot of our hyped Aussie breweries now are really like busting out the West Coast. Some of the breweries are probably doing just as many Westies as Hazies, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just like looking in my fridge at the moment, there's sort of a combination of the two, and then with a couple of stouts and lagers. So, But yeah, it's very clean, and yeah, it looks so light. Like it looks like I don't know, it looks a bit like a lager, like a crispy boy. Sharing the love. Yeah. Nah, the community's good. Everyone gets around each other. That is damn nice. So yeah, the other one that come out with this one, I think they're about maybe 2 weeks old, 2 or 3 weeks, somewhere around there. It's called Florida Man. That's a New England IPA. I think I had a 4 pack of that, and I'm down to the last 2 cans. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. So that'll be the next one from these guys that I'll probably review. When I was drinking it, I was dedicating it to Drewy because he's from Florida. But yeah, I've got a couple of collabs. Future Brewing from Sydney. They've done one with Alvarado Street. I don't know. They're out of the US somewhere. And then one with Beak, which are from Lewis in the south of England. And then I've got a big black barley wine from Hawkers, which I know is going to be unreal. That could even possibly be tomorrow's review. Or I could even do it tonight after this. I've sort of got that mood tonight where I want to kick on. It's tough. It's always tough. Just having a beer or two and stopping. So yeah, I don't think anyone else out there would be having a beer right now. She's a bit early in the States. But yeah, I'm sort of hoping to get through tomorrow's work day because yeah, I'm just expecting it to be shit. Just what we sort of have planned. It's not ideal. It's always a day that we dread. So yeah, once you get through it, it's like it's party time. Time to go home, cook up a feast, and have some beers. But yeah, still deciding on what to do for the weekend. Possibly going to Melbourne Friday night or Saturday. See what happens. Yeah, I've got the footballs on Friday night. Saturday, there's a knee deep tap takeover. So it's all the West Coast from knee deep, and they were one of the early US breweries I got into. I'm not sure what they're like these days, but when I seen that advertised, I thought that'd be pretty cool to check out. I think the trains are going again, which will be good because I'm sick of sitting on the shit buses and they take heaps longer as well. Um, and also one of my favourite burger places is doing a pop up near where the knee deep tap takeover is. So yeah, see what happens. I also want to do some more beer shopping. I yeah, when I lost my bags in Geelong that night, I lost so many good beers. So it's like, yeah, all these beers I had for reviews and that they all went, and I need to get more. But yeah, I reckon a score for this one. I reckon I'd go a solid 4.5 out of 5. It's good. Like it, yeah, very nice Westy. Obviously, there's particular things I prefer with the West Coast, but for what it is, it's awesome. Yeah, normally I just prefer more of that caramel backbone, a bit bigger, and yeah, more bitterness. Um, yeah, normally I lean toward like I'm. This is piney, which is good. I normally like that real sort of pithy grapefruit. And normally too, like yeah, like orange is good, like some sweet orange, pithy grapefruit. But I'm not normally a huge stone fruit fan, especially in hazies. But in West Coast, I actually don't mind it. Like if you get that jammy apricot marmalade sort of thing going, like I don't mind that. So yeah, there's always room for improvement. I just like Westies when they're like Optimum from Sierra Nevada. Like that's a good example. I've got like a section in my lounge room where I've just got beer cans where I want to keep them. And then there'll be another section of cans where it's like I'm going to chuck them out or recycle them. So yeah, I need to do a bit of a clean up there. And I realise there's 2 cans of that one that I'm drinking there. So yeah, we might wrap this up. She's pretty quiet on the YouTube tonight. Before I went live, I was sort of looking for some stuff to watch, but there wasn't much going on. But yeah, it is midweek here, so yeah, I'll be glad to get back on night shift. And I can start joining panels and that again. The US boys have always got plenty going on. So yeah, down it goes. So yeah, 4.5, 4 top up. I like that green. It's sort of like my favourite colour. Green, when a can's green, you just think, it's going to be a nice piney Westie. Or you like to think anyway. So yeah, top up mountain culture Westie at 7.5%. Solid 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, good hop combination. More of a modern take with the malts, and yeah, pretty solid hop characteristics, nice and piney. So yeah, we'll wrap her up there, and tomorrow we'll bring something else from another Aussie brewery. I'd say Aussie or Kiwi. Let's see what happens. But yeah, thanks everyone for chiming in, and we'll see you again. Cheers.